This weekend, I got asked if I was an anti-vaxxer. In fact, I was accused of being an anti-vaxxer because I was on a protest march here in Cardiff in Wales. I joined with many other people who are very angry about the way the government is treating its people, introducing vaccine passports, a COVID pass, as it's called in Wales, a certificate to say, yes, I've had this medical intervention in my life called a vaccine, and that means I get special privileges. We've seen that today. America now is opening up travel for all the vaccinated people. The rest of us, though, we're still unclean. Ring your bell, leper, leper, and all that. This weekend, hundreds of thousands of people took to the streets all across the world. We've seen in Australia, in New Zealand, in Italy, in Milan, there were so many people showing their public anger and civil unrest because of what the governments are doing around the world. Now, the question of anti-vaxxer. Let me just clear the record for those of you who don't know, because you don't know whether I've had the vaccine or not, because I'm not prepared to tell you. It's just, why would I give you my medical information? It's between me and my doctor. You remember when we had the HIV crisis? Can you imagine if we had to show that we didn't have HIV to get into venues? There would be international outrage. And so it should be with this. Now, I know we can't compare the two, but the principles are the same. And yesterday on the march, this weekend on the march, I was accused of being an anti-vaxxer. Now, my two eldest children, whether I agree with the vaccine or not, is immaterial because they're 21 and 20. They chose to have the vaccine. I sat down and talked with them. That was their decision. They're adults. But when it comes to my children, for example, I have three in that age category, 12 to 15. The answer is simply no. They will not get consent from me as a parent because there is no mid or long-term data about the side effects this will have upon children. There are recorded information, of course, online you can find where there are side effects that children have been experiencing as a result of the vaccine. Trials have been done in America as well. So why would I want to inject my child with something that doesn't protect them, but protects the people who've already had the vaccine, which is supposed to protect them? Can you see where this is going? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So for the record, I just want to clear up, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'll keep campaigning and I'll keep going on the streets. So I want to fight for our freedoms because our civil and social liberties right now are under attack. We are seeing them being taken away. And mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, I know certainly here in Wales, we are heading for lockdown 6.5. It's going to happen. Already here in Wales, they've reinforced wearing masks as the law in public indoor places. Masks don't work, but they seem to think it's a good idea. That's according to the WHO, keep changing their mind. So the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, we must stand up for our civil and social liberties. We can't allow politicians, the elite down in Westminster or here in Wales, down in Cardiff Bay, to dictate the terms of how we should live our lives and whether or not we should have our freedoms. It's not a privilege, it's our rights. Stand up for your rights.